Is it a dream? Dreams are visions or gateways of a future.
It is a dream in many ways, but more on that later.
Bandhavgarh National Park in central India is a sanctuary where you can see Bengal tigers in their natural habitat. Tigers have been hunted for centuries. The world's largest tiger population once estimated at 100,000. This all changed in the 20th century. The tiger population dwindled to a few thousand. Some tigers are now extinct, while others remain endangered. Bandhavgarh National Park is one of the smaller reserves and has a large tiger population of over 120 tigers, making it a high tiger per density park. In addition to tigers in the park, there are over 35 other mammals, most of which are herbivores. We often forget the significance of carnivores, or balance in life. India has the highest population of tigers of any country in the world. This apex predator plays a vital role in their ecosystem, providing balance through its hunting of herbivores. The tiger maintains a delicate balance in nature by keeping animal populations in check. This is important because, without it, animals would overgraze, and it would inadvertently threaten other fauna that depend on the same vegetation for food and shelter. The dream extends to you and me as we travel from all over the world to see tigers in the wild. Each day, the drivers and naturalists show us the various wildlife in the park. Sometimes, we experience the thrill and excitement of seeing an elephant or tiger before our guides. Yes, in Bandhavgarh, there are wild elephants which are difficult to spot.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if it's too far for her to bring the food or not.
I enjoyed seeing the tigers, but for me, spending time with the rarely spotted wild elephant was amazing. Watching her walk and eat was breathtaking.
Welcome in.
My office.
The cheetal, or more commonly the spotted deer, were not very impressive. It was pleasant to see a fawn nursing.
But seeing the spotted deer was peaceful.
The monkeys are another story. While plentiful, active, and playful, the monkeys were entertaining to watch. They had babies of all ages, and observing the behavior of the protective mothers or other females that help care for the young and the various stages of coloring associated with the babies was eye-opening. equally as impressive was viewing the physical differences and characteristics of the langurs and the macas.
If we look, we can find the beauty in small things of life, such as a tiger simply crossing a road.
The Indian sambar deer's antlers have 6 tines and are strongly pearled. It favors locations near marshes and woodland swamps. During the antler velvet stage growth period, the sambar moves into the open habitats, such as the woodland glades and clearings. When alarmed, the Indian sambar emit a repetitive honking alarm call. When fleeing, they raise their tails so that the white underside is clearly visible.
Yep, at least half of it.
The sambar deer is known as the largest oriental deer. It is an important food source for the Bengal tiger and can make up over half of its diet.
The driver will position the vehicle so you can get an optimal viewing of the tiger. There is no perfect position since the tigers roam freely. While viewing the sambar, we moved closer to where the tiger would emerge, only to lose what would turn out to be a great location, since the tiger turned towards the deer before heading into the mountain. But, as you can see, the driver positioned us to see the tiger on the mountain. Seeing the tiger walking on the hillside was a dream come true because of its added representation of the tiger in its natural habitat beyond just grass in the lowlands. The majestic creature you see is a gaur. It is the largest of the wild cattle. They are also referred to as the Indian bison, even though they do not belong to the bison family. Towering at nearly 7 feet tall, over 2 meters, and weighing over 3,300 pounds, or 1,500 kilograms, it is definitely a formidable sight to behold as it moves gracefully over the plains. Its sharp horns, dark coat, muscular stature, and white stocking legs are a testament to its power in the park. In 1973, Project Tiger was enacted to save the tiger in India. It began with 9 reserves. 20 years later, in 1993, the Bandhavgarh National Park was declared a tiger reservation. Today, there are over 50 tiger reserves in India. The dream of saving tigers became a reality with the reserves, and ultimately, seeing the tiger population has begun growing again. While tigers are the main attraction, there is much more to see. Other wildlife in the park include deer, sambar, barasinga, antelope, monkeys, boars, jackals, gaur, leopards, sloth bear, and many others. Avid birders are as excited about the rich diversity of avian wildlife as they are about the tigers. The additional wildlife in the park is as important as increasing the tiger population. The park is a natural habitat. The animals work together to survive and thrive with little help from mankind. As guests, we sit in the Jeep patiently waiting to see a tiger. We hear the gentle breeze of the wind, the call of a peacock and other birds. Our trained guides hear and see more. They hear the alert of a deer or monkey when a tiger is nearby. They show us the symbiotic relationship between the deer and monkeys as we stop to watch the monkeys drop leaves for the deers to feed upon. They provide space and distance for the tiger to roam freely, providing us the chance to truly experience tigers in the natural habitat. Talk about contrast. The langur are black-faced monkeys surrounded by white hair, while their babies have black fur and either white, pink, or slightly black faces depending on their age. They are the first to sound the alert when a tiger approaches by emitting a brief, high-pitched squeal. It was a warning that penetrates the thick green of the jungle, causing the drivers to stop and determine whether to take flight to see a tiger.
While there are more tigers in captivity, this tiger freely roams its territory in the wild. Tigers successfully kill their prey only 10 to 20% of the time. This is not a tiger kill, but observing the behavior of the vultures devouring a carcass was interesting. Besides having antlers, notice the color difference between the male and female sambar. You see wildlife on TV, but never fully appreciate it until you experience it yourself. Elephants in the wild bring us back to our childhood days at the zoo. Having seen domestic elephants in Kana's reserve, it's like night and day difference from passing time watching an elephant eat and roam freely in the wild.
चलिए ना घुमाए। ध्यान दीजिए, ध्यान दीजिए। और पीछे कर भाई।
However, when the elephant turned and charged was exhilarating.
अब पीछे करिए ना आप। नहीं है गाड़ी। चलिए हो गया। चालू करिएगा गाड़ी। hold on.
Afterwards in Kana, similarly, when I saw a tiger incident that was so spectacular and unexpected that it was a dream come true. I will share that in another video. Wildlife at its finest.
The birds are some of the most colorful you will see anywhere. The population growth of the tigers indicates a healthy habitat. This was a vision or dream of Project Tiger a little over 50 years ago. Controlled fires by park rangers help reduce the spread of fires. Building water holes for the tigers adds to a healthy habitat without detracting from the landscape. You see, even nature needs a helping hand at times. What started as a means of protecting tigers led to other widespread improvements in ecosystem health and habitat protection across India and other places in the world. The drivers and natural specialists are there for you. If you want to see the monkeys or birds, they are more than happy to point them out. We often forget or become so focused on the tigers that we fail to experience the true beauty of the park, which is the animals coming together. We may see wildlife programs on TV or watch The Lion King and not realize the validity of such interaction. The Bengal tiger, sometimes known as the Royal Bengal tiger, is India's national animal.
Wow, look
It is
at
the most
it, it's so
common
beautiful.
and the second largest tiger subspecies, with its orange body and black stripes, as well as black ears with a white spot on the back. Moreover, Bengal tigers have the longest canine teeth of any living feline, measuring approximately 4 inches, 100 millimeters, in large individuals. It is no wonder that it is this tiger in the India region that was the inspiration behind Shere Khan in the Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling and Disney. I spent 3.5 days on the safari before traveling to another national park. Each day was different. Each day was a blessing.
The langurs were fascinating, especially the females and babies. When family and friends visit newborns, they always remark on how much the baby has changed. Parents don't see it as much since they see the baby every day. It was amazing to see so many baby langurs days or weeks apart in age and see the change. I could spend hours in the peaceful reserve watching the monkeys. Strangely enough, I shared a jeep with another guest in Kana that had a similar joy and fascination of passing time photographing the monkeys and spotted deer. We spent such a long time that another jeep returned, thinking we may have spotted a tiger.
And what's that bird?
That's a peacock calling.
The peacock. The meowing is the peacock.
The macaque is one of the most common primates. These monkeys have pale red faces or pink faces with brown or gray colored hair, and their faces are similar to those of a baboon.
Ashish asked me which park I like better, Bandhavgarh or Kana. Another question I was asked is which is my favorite part about wildlife safaris. Each park has its qualities. Picking one over the other as a guest is not the same as a worker. The landscape alone brings different perspectives. Animal behavior is my favorite part of the trip. Someone once said not to get wrapped up in photographing of the animals, but to make sure you sit back and enjoy the wonders of nature. This is so true. Watching the gracefulness of the tiger, the attentiveness of the sambar, the protectiveness of the langur, or the color of the birds, especially in flight. Nature is a jewel to be cherished.
Welcome in Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve in my office. Nice to meet you. So my office have so many things, many kind of trees and 30 different kind of animals, 250 different kind of birds varieties, and butterflies, reptiles. So what do you need to see uh, interest? I mean, tiger, nature, and birds.
Tree right there. Right where the foot goes, it's got the red.
The bark has been torn out.
Okay,
The elephants.
So after 2012, the park, Bandhavgarh National Park, and other parks in India, only 20% of the area is open for the tourists. Because of which we got only these three areas for safaris. So these three areas are three different gates from where you can enter. So each has a entire complete different zone. This is zone 1, gate 1 you can say. This is gate 2, zone 2, and this is zone 3, gate 3. These are the routes where we are allowed to go on safari.
Do you see how difficult it is to spot the tiger in the grass?